Hi everybody, I just want to take a couple of minutes and discuss the trolley problem position paper. In order to complete that assignment, you have to read an article by a law student about the trolley problem, and then you have to agree or disagree with her position that she arrives at in the article. The article is all about the trolley problem and its variants. In that article, the author makes the following statement. She says, if a person is forced with the choice between doing something here and now to 5, by the doing of which he will kill them, and doing something else here and now to 1, by the doing of which he will kill only 1, then all things being equal, they should choose the second option. So let me parse that out a bit. There's two parts of that. There's the part that says it's better to kill 1 than 5, all things being equal. The all things being equal part is really important because it removes ambiguity. It's not like the things that are being killed are different in any way. They're exactly the same. And the here and now part also removes ambiguity in that it's not abstract. It's not something that might happen down the road a little bit. It's a choice that you make, an action that you take or do not take, a decision that you make or refrain from that will result in 5 being killed or 1 being killed, and ethically, which is better. It's a bit of a trap, and I'll tell you why. Most people would say, when they're confronted with the classic trolley problem, that it's better to switch the trolley onto the siding so that only 1 workman is killed rather than having 5 workmen killed. Fair enough. The vast majority, like I say, will accept that. But then when you get into the variants, and you have to discuss each of the variants, it becomes ethically much more complex. So it's hard to carry that assertion in some ways. Killing 5 is always worse than killing 1. Or if you want to flip it on its head, killing 1 is always better than killing 5, all things being equal in the here and now. It's ethically hard to carry that through to its logical conclusions. I talked about the variants. There are 4 of them, and you should discuss each of them in your essay in turn. I would devote a paragraph to each one, at least a paragraph. The first one is the bystander at the switch. That's the classic trolley problem. You're standing in a train yard, the trolley's coming, you, the bystander, are standing beside a switch. If you flick the switch or move the switch, the trolley will go onto a siding and will kill only 1 unknowing or unaware worker. If you don't, if you let the trolley continue on its path, then 5 unsuspecting workers will die. So that's the classic trolley problem. Most people would say it's ethically better to flick the switch or move the switch so that the trolley kills only 1. Then it gets a little bit more complex. The next version is the transplant. The transplant is you're a gifted surgeon, you have 5 people in your remote hospital, they're all dying because they need an organ transplant, when suddenly a stranger comes in to the hospital looking for a Band-Aid for a blister on their foot. If you anesthetize that stranger and then take the organs out of them, you'll save 5, but kill them with a 1. So you see that gets a little bit more complex. The next version that's discussed, or the next variant, is called the hospital variant. In the hospital variant, there are people recovering in a hospital, but there's a problem with gas in the ventilation system. If you vent the gas to save 5, then you're venting it in a room where somebody is recuperating that can't be moved, and you're allowing them to be killed. So again, and it's the same issue, which is it's better to kill 1 than 5, but there becomes ethically a gray area. And the last one is the fat man. The fat man variant is that you're standing on a bridge over the train track this time. Instead of the train track curving off into a siding, it's just a straight track. You're standing there with a very fat man. the trolley is going out of control. There are 5 workers unsuspecting on the track. They will surely be killed unless you push this fat man off the bridge onto the track, and his bulk will derail the trolley, but it will kill him. Again, similar thing, but the problem is that's an action that you have to take rather than moving a switch or flicking a switch. You have to push somebody to their death. But it's the same ethical dilemma. Is it better to kill 1 than 5, than let 5 die? Have a look at the rubric. The rubric is published with the assignment. There's a little link to it when you go to the assignment in the content. You can see it. I think that's a good idea for any assignment that you do, but you'll see how I'm going to mark it. I'm looking for you to look at the variance, and I'm looking for you to defend your position. Defending your position means that it's not just your opinion. You need to use the content from the course. It is an ethical philosophy position paper after all, but I'm going to give you a big hint. The utilitarians, which are a branch of ethical philosophy, would be all over the trolley problem. So have a look at those guys. Don't fall into the trap. I mentioned that the trolley problem was a trap, and the trap is twofold. One is that people are going to want to equivocate. You can't do it. It's a position paper. By equivocate, I mean they're going to say, well, yes to the bystander at the switch, but no to the fat man in the transplant, but yes to the hospital. No. You have to agree or disagree with the statement, which is the one that I read at the beginning of this video, that killing 1, all things being equal, is better than killing 5. The next thing is don't create a hierarchy. And by that I mean don't get bound up into the idea of, oh, well, if it's only, 1 Taylor Swift was being killed, but 5 serial killers on the track, that, it's all things being equal. If you create a hierarchy or a value of life, then you get into a completely different ethical dilemma. It's no less interesting, but you don't want to tack that essay onto the essay that you're already writing. I'm available for questions. Good luck.